Welcome, welcome! It's Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today we're going to talk about Inside Star Citizen that came out a little bit earlier. I'm sorry that this video is coming out so late. I have had a heck of a day at work today. It's been absolutely brutal. Since I've got this new job coming up at the end of the month, I was very tempted to just walk out and never come back. But I stuck through it, and I've got like 3 days left there, so I'm going to fight my way through and just grin and bear it. So this whole Inside Star Citizen, well, not all of it, most of it, was about the throwing mechanics that they are working on. As you know, the throwing mechanics have not been great. You don't know where grenades are going to go now when you throw them. It's just not the best mechanic in the game for sure. But in typical Star Citizen fashion, it's an iterative process. They are going to improve on the throw mechanics, and we should see that as early as 3.11. And this video really highlights some of the changes that they've been making for the throw mechanic. One of the things that really stuck out to me was you're going to be able to use the left mouse button to throw overhand and the right mouse button to throw underhand, something along those lines. Kind of an interesting decision to do that. Currently, they say it depends on where your cursor is on whether or not you throw overhand or underhand. I don't know. The grenades just don't seem to roll right to me either. But they said this is supposed to be much more accurate, much more precise. As you can see, some of the examples here, they also have this little line that kind of shows you where your whatever it is you're throwing is going to end up. They demonstrated throwing basketballs, cherries, of course, grenades, pico, all sorts of different things. Here you can see that little dotted line that kind of shows the trajectory of the grenade as you throw it. They're doing throwing from, laying on your belly. How precise will it be? This is definitely something that's going to be hugely important throughout the PU and Squadron 42, I can only imagine. Because, you're going to want to be able to be accurate with grenades, or maybe you get a throwing knife or something like that. Here they show you throwing trophies, throwing all sorts of different things. Kind of cool that they're allowing us to do that. Now, I really hope that getting into the throwing mode is much easier than having to inspect the item and say throw. I want to be able to one click to be in throw mode and just be ready to go. Because otherwise, that's going to be too slow. It's not going to really help you in combat that much if you have to do, multiple clicks. Obviously, here it shows that they've actually worked that out, I think. And as soon as he picks it up, they're able to throw the grenade. Very accurate. I really like that they've actually started cleaning this up. I think it's a little overdue. They should have done it a little sooner. But that is the way things have gone here with Star Citizen. Sometimes we feel like they should do something sooner, and maybe they have other priorities, and maybe for good reason. Now, Super Mac Brothers just did a video not long ago that talked about how the developers are really trying to hone in on a lot of these bugs and clean them up for 3.11 and 3.12 because they want server meshing and iCache. When those systems come online, they kind of want them to work from a fairly clean slate, not having to deal with all the previous bugs that we had in game. So expect more work to be done on cleaning things up if what they said in that video is accurate. They claim it was from a developer, and I have no reason not to believe that. I'm hopeful that it is super accurate, and I'm looking forward to see how smooth they can make this game run. They also talked about Area 18 and having the day-night cycle and changing the way things look, from different time periods during the day or the night while you are there, because right now it's pretty static, but they wanted to make the place come alive a little bit more and be more immersive. They also talked about these docking access hatches, whatever you want to call them, because evidently there's going to be some missions where you have to go outside of a space station, repair some things, or maybe move something from one place to another, or even get into some combat situations outside of one of these access hatches. The rest stop places are now all also getting turrets, or at least they're working on putting out turrets So we will no longer have these armistice zones in the game because the turrets will actually deal with anybody that shouldn't be there. So that's really great progress, great news that we're hearing on that front. I don't know how early they'll get that in. I don't know if it'll be 3.11 or later, but they're at least working on it. So that's to me great news. Something really cool here towards the end of the episode where they talked about habs or some sort of homes or homesteads for NPC characters. Yeah, I said NPC, not PC. So they are going through the drawing stages, trying to find a good concept that they can iterate on and maybe put in engine so that we can actually go to one of these homesteads for future missions, interact with NPCs there. They want them to dot landscapes on several different planets and moons throughout the Stanton system. I did find a few of them to be really cool, and I was really interested in seeing what they could do with those. We'll have to wait and see which ones actually make it in, and will they make it in within the next year. That's my opinion. I don't know if it'll make it in within a year, but at least they're actually working on the concepts for it, and they have some ideas for homesteads. I do think that could lead to player-owned homesteads, but I'm not going to hold my breath on that. I mean, this is a space game. I really don't want to necessarily have one place to call home. Well, I take that back. The Texas Space Navy will definitely have a place to call home. But I don't know about the homesteads. I'll have to get used to that idea just a little bit because I do plan on doing a lot of traveling around the solar system. And then they talked about these monumental rock formations. Looks pretty cool to me. Very interesting. Jared had a little crazy little, Star Wars comment. So, anyways, guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that little bell icon to let you know when I do more of these. If you want to support the channel, that information is going to be down below with the YouTube memberships and Patreon. I do appreciate everybody that's viewed this videos. I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I'll see you out in the verse.